some goodies. What's up, everybody? You're watching Life on Review. Hello, welcome to Life on Review. I'm Beau, and we are getting back to work on the 71 El Camino for Corey. Let's check out some of the parts we got in. We got Mr. Gaskets 10 bolt with the bolt being at the top, center, and bottom gasket for the rear end. We found these GM Chevrolet grill nut insert pieces. We found the number 8 screws to go with it. Pretty cool. So we got that ready to go on. We're going to slam the grill back in. That's pretty easy. Corey came by, dropped off this e-brake assembly. The car had the cables are underneath the car, but under the knee bar, there's just a dangling cable piece that hooks to here. So we're going to go ahead and get this installed for him coming up pretty soon here. This little rod, I think this dog leg's supposed to be there, and then that's supposed to be straight. So we're going to go ahead and bend it from here straight and see where that sets it under there, because this is the pull piece that you pull down by your knee. And again, we have some grommets, valve cover gaskets, the hold downs, the extra long hold downs, really cool nuts with the studs, these tall nuts with the bow ties, and got the breather, valve covers. So these are going on. We'll seal up the top a little bit better and seal up the butt a little bit, and yeah, get back to it. So let's get after it. Okay, Corey's grill only had 2 screws holding the grill on, and the rest of the plastic insert nuts keepers were missing. So this screw was stripped. If it looks like the screwdriver's doing a wonkus, it was. I got that screw out though, the other one. And then go ahead and be careful. You have to drop the top of the grill forward to pull out that bottom V piece that sits under the front of the bumper right there. So just be careful taking the grill off. They can stand up like this, but be careful, don't knock it over. You can see here all the missing plastic inserts. Grab the back and pinch it so it can collapse. So in the back of there, holy butterfingers. So in the back of there, if you reach behind it and you grab it and you squeeze it in and just push it forward a little bit, then you can most time pop them out. But you gotta collapse it a little bit like that. All right, so there's one. Okay. Same thing on the center. Just get the one side to feed in a little, wiggle it. Oh, perfect. So this, putting this on, this lip curls underneath. So you gotta be extra careful when you're doing this. Go ahead and possibly in there, and then slowly. It's a little tricky. I don't know if, you gotta be careful. His car is pretty rough, so we don't have to worry super duper, but I mean, if this is a show car, or the paint is, I mean, we're still gonna be careful. That was careful you can get it in there, but just a heads up for everybody. Oh shit. Okay, so what's going on here? If you look in the grill, right there, there's a screw in the white tab, and if you can see, the grill can these can kind of shift over. Yeah, look in the backside. See how there's movement there, or like this one up here. I think we pushed it all the way over this time, but we slid it over. Essentially, we're gonna slide them this way and this way. Okay, here's a shot of the valve covers with the grease. Make sure you scrape this, brush it, and blow it off with air before you get started swapping your valve covers. We got a Jegs box. We have small block Chevy valve cover gaskets. Hopefully those seal good. With V8 valve covers, it's always a thing. We have the load distributing hold down clamps to keep your valve cover nice and tight all the way around. These are badass. And yes, Corey's going with the orange Chevy orange red theme. He has some parts on the car. We're keeping it like a muscle car kind of street rod kind of build. That's what he wants. He wants to keep it a little bit of his own flavor. So here's some grommets for the valve covers. Here is a breather cap slash. This is where you fill the oil on these cars. That's a slick one. That'll be nice pop off of there. He's got 2 sets of the studs and nuts. Super cool. Tall Chevy ones with the little bow ties right there. See that little bow tie right there? See the little bow tie? Okay. Then the glorious valve covers. Woo, doggy. Look at that. That is a sick valve cover. All right, let's get it popping. Okay, I'm gonna get cracking on these valve covers. Let's take a peek real fast before we tear everything apart. All right, so here we go. The old valve covers, some keepers. We're gonna go ahead and pull the air cleaner off just to give us some more room. And we got the car up in the air because we're gonna be working on the rear differential. And why not have to break our back and reach down a little easier. A little less fur. A little less fur. Okay. All right, here we go. Good old 30 years worth of buildup and corrosion. Nasty oil. Damn, that's good. Alright, well, there's one cover there. Let's set this guy down here on that side of the engine. And off the other valve cover. He's hanging with me today, kind of helping out, just helping film and wrench a little while. We went ahead and blew out all these valleys with air and I brushed it all down with a toothbrush, and then went back over it and did it again. Yeah, you can pull it over, it might get stuck. That one had studs, which we're gonna put in the other side too. Interesting, half of them were studs, half of them were bolts. It's all mixed match on this. So, as much as you can, try not to let that shit fall into there. cleaning going. And my DJI died, the Osmo died, so I'm phone. Damn, I'm tongue twisted today. I'm phone filming. Yeah, that's hard to say. I'm phone filming this for a minute. So, alright, these are gonna get peeled up. They're gonna be, ooh, lovely. Okay, it's gonna be one of those. Actually, this is kind of good bad because most of it came off, but you don't want chunks falling down in the galleys and ports, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera away and get this cleaned up, and then we will get the Osmo back up and going as soon as we can. But we're here. This is pretty pitted and cast, old Chevy. Just clean it up the best you can. I already ran a blade across it, just a scraper, nothing crazy, didn't nick it or divot it or anything, but just glided across the top, made sure there was nothing stuck. Most of the gaskets came off in one piece, so we're just gonna wipe this down with some more brake cleaner all the way around and get these studs put in. So, all right, so on these studs real quick, if you can't get them out, this one has actually a little reverse star on it, but the typical way to do it is find two nuts that are the right thread pitch, and then you can jam them together in a jam nut style. And then when you go to take them off, it should pull. Here, back up this way a little bit like that. Okay. So then once you get this nut to jam against that, sometimes you have to put a wrench there and do it both ways, but once you get that, you can get them out like that. There you go. And it's the jam nut method right there. All right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead get these opened up. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of blue Loctite on the bottom side of the stud threads. That way when you're taking the nuts on and off, it doesn't back out the stud. And if someone ever needs to take it off in the future, it's just blue Loctite. It'll come off fairly easily. And a note, these ones had a Phillips head, so you could use a screwdriver to get them in and out, which I thought was pretty cool. The old one had a 6-point star, so be aware, these little studs may come in different variations. And all this stuff you can order from Jegs or Summit. I would recommend getting a set of hold downs. These are pretty fancy, but some valve covers don't have them, or you may not have them. I would get them. These prevent leaking because the valve cover only has 4, sometimes 6, sometimes 8, but a lot of times only 4 sources of clamping force. You're going to want to get these hold downs. They distribute and spread out the load and create a better seal against the top of the cylinder head. One thing I didn't like, and I'm not super sure about, is typically the valve cover will have an oil fill cap. These valve covers just have the breather hole, so that's kind of something you want to consider if you're thinking about these valve covers. And I'm sure there's a specific OEM application reason, but these are on this car, and this is how they fit. There isn't another location to fill the oil, so you have to pop off the breather, maybe the grommet, and fill the oil through the valve cover. Here we're going to take a peek at these valve cover gaskets. This was a great set, and they've been on for a bit, so I know they seal well. This one had a metal liner with a rubber gasket. Be careful not to bend these putting them on or inspecting them. You want to keep them as straight and unbent as possible. We're going to go ahead and put these all in finger tight. Then we'll go back around and just give them a nice 1/8 inch snug with a Phillips screwdriver. Make sure that the Phillips you use fits nicely into the crosshair, because you don't want to strip the tips of these little guys. And then just repeat the process on the other cylinder head. Alright, just get these over the studs and pull on them if you need a little bit of slack to get it down. That's gross. Yeah, careful not to put your finger. It's most important you just don't get any oil on the rubber at all. Oh yeah, baby, here we go. Here we go. Going in. That's good, that's good. Oh yeah, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. Alright, you're good. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, so. Yeah. Right? Yeah, that should work. Alright. Wow, it's looking. Okay, at this stage, take your time not to scratch your new valve covers. Go very evenly when you're tightening these. I've learned over the years with these V8s, the old Chevy and Ford stuff, I use my feelers to tighten these because torque specs don't work well. And I'll clarify really quickly. It's just that when I've used the 7.5 pound-feet or 11, they always leak. It's better to use your feelers and you'll be able to tell. And if you ain't got them, get your brother that has them. And lastly, come back after 5 or 6 heat cycles starting the engine and just give them a little snug up and you're good to go. This is beautiful. Filter. Oh yeah, baby.
Hey, how's it going?
Here's a little pan shot before we put the air cleaner back on. Grab yourself a bag of nice zip ties, not the cheap ones. I don't know about some stores these days, but find a good brand that doesn't snap easily or break after they've been in the sun for an hour. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, you're gonna go ahead and make one big loop around the bundle of wires you're trying to organize. You then want to identify which wire is gonna sit farthest in and farthest out and run them. You'll then slowly tighten them. I never tighten either zip tie all the way tight, the big loop around, nor the ones in between. I leave a little bit of room so I can make adjustments, wiggle the wires, slide them if I need. Once you get them where you want, you can spin the tabs under and it looks really clean. And then just snug them up, not too tight, then you can snip the tails.
Alright, just wanted to get the zip ties here because you can get real clean with these if you learn how to do it. My friend Hank taught me a long time ago. Pretty slick.
This is going to be a special episode. It's going to be a simple trick you can use for the rest of your life on any cars that have spark plug wires or any wiring at all that's next to each other that you need to isolate from each other for interference purposes like spark plug wires, or just, you know, you want to make it look neater and separate the wires, and, you know, here we go. So what you do, take the zip ties we need. I need 3 to do 4. Okay. So this is what you do. Bear with me, hopefully you guys can see this good. We have these wires here we want to isolate from one another, so I'll take these 4 right past the keeper here, and we'll do them like that. And does it make sense for us to see how they run? Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. Let's go run there. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that'll work. So what we do is we put one around in a loop. We want to match the other side. So on the other side we add a cable like this. So we went around like this. Now we're going to go through each one of them with its own zip tie. Not this outside one. And this one here. Just leave it loose at first. And then when I get about to here, I like to flip them through under, flip them under like this. So oh, these two go on this side, but okay, so if this happens, you're fucked. Alright. I went ahead, cut that main loop, and redid it because I had gotten one of the wires mixed up. Just pay attention, it happens easily. And it really is just a main loop and then grabbing a zip tie around that loop in between each wire. So you go around the whole loop and you pull the loop together.
There she goes. Twister like this. Give it a little manipulation. Tuck those back there if you want it. That's pretty good. Put another one there if you want to make it look real nice. Matter of fact, right there for quick. Put one more here to isolate those. Yeah, that's looking fucking good. But you see how you can do with some zip ties, you can make it look. I think I'm gonna put a couple more zip ties on this side. And,
Thank you so much for watching, supporting the channel. If you made it this far, really appreciate you. Don't forget to hook up your vacuum lines here, put them in their holders, get everything lined up perfectly. This is going to wrap up the valve covers, the spark plug wire organization, and the grill install. So we have tons more stuff coming. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing and giving me a like. It helps a lot with building the channel and bringing you guys more content. We will see you next time in the next episode.
As clean, like the fit and finish work is what you're talking absolutely perfect. It's Swiss watch quality.
Yeah,
You don't need
nuts.
for a military grade. You know, the mil spec grade, that is not mil spec.
No.
But
I mean, this is just like a solid chunk of heavy metal. I mean, it's like.
But
feels very balanced in the weapon system.
When you remove all these other components,
Here's the
you
final
realize how
product.
light the rest of the weapon
Everything
is.
installed.
Oh yeah. It's like all the weight is right there.
This is how it'll be running around for a little bit till the next round of mods.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But my point of what I was trying to
Brake bleed,
talk about before
putting in the dash with the new kicker speaker, and doing the rear differential service. Stay tuned, guys.